Good morning and assalamu alaikum everybody. Hope you all will be fine beta. Can you hear me all?
आप कर सकते हो मीन्स मेरे प्रेजेंट आप मार्क करके मैं तो बैठ
Good morning and assalamu alaikum everybody. Beta, can you hear me? Kindly reply me in chat box. Okay, Fazia. Hope you all will be fine and staying safe at home. You must be taking very good care of yourself and your family members as well. Okay, walaikum salam Munzila beta. Okay, just give me a few seconds to admit all the students in the class, then we are going to start the lecture within few seconds. Okay, Beta, if you remember, I have sent an email to all of you. Walaikum Salam Munir Beta. Beta, students, if you remember, I have sent an email to all the students who have joined the Google Classroom with other names. Beta, kindly, it's your responsibility now to rename yourself and join the Google Classroom with your own name. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult for us to maintain the record of the students, because if you will join the Google Classroom with any other name, how I can identify the student that he or she is a particular one. So please, beta, it's your responsibility to join the class Google Classroom with your own names. Okay? Okay, Amna Hassan, kindly write present in the chat box. Later on, I will mark your attendance. Okay? Okay. Okay, let's start the lecture now. Let me tell you one thing, beta. Whoever is present today, kindly write down your present in chat box, because now I am going to start my lecture. And in between the lecture, I will not ask anybody anything, because I have to explain you the lesson now. Okay, let's start the topic today. What we are going to do. First of all, today is our lecture number 9. Today is our lecture number 9. And what is the date? Date is 1st of July 2020. Okay, sorry, today is our lecture number 8. And date is 1st of July 2020. Let's see next what we are going to study today. Okay, in between the students are also joining me. Let me admit them as well. Okay, so as in my previous lectures as well, you people are very well aware of these things. To attend the lecture, you should have a rough copy, a book, and a pen or pencil with you to write down important notes, to write down important points regarding your lecture. So, beta, please quickly grab a rough copy, your book, and pen and pencil to copy down all the important notes. Okay, so let's start now. Today is lesson number 6, and the name of the lesson is King Faisal, and page number is 20. Because those who have purchased the books, I hope everybody must be having their books with them. Kindly open page number 20 of your book, and name of the lesson is lesson number 6, and name is King Faisal. Okay, name of the lesson is King Faisal, and let me tell you that this lesson is very, very important. Okay, lesson is very, very important. So please listen this lesson very, very carefully. Write down all the important points and dates which are mentioned in your lesson. So let's start the reading now. Okay, let me repeat myself once again. Those who have just joined me, the students who have just joined me, please only write present in the chat box because now I will not take your attendance by calling out your names. We have class of 40 minutes. I have to complete my lecture. You are only supposed to write present in your chat box. Later on the lecture, I will copy down your attendance. Okay. So let's start the reading now. The late King Faisal of Saudi Arabia was born in 1907 and was the second son of King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud. Okay, so two important points in first two lines. First of all, the year of birth is 1907 and he was the second son of King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud. He received religious education from his maternal grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif. Okay, so he received his religious education from his maternal grandfather. What is the meaning of maternal? See, meanings are here. Maternal means related through a mother. Okay, the relatives from your mother's side. It means in Urdu, if I tell you, maternal grandfather means Nana, okay, from your mother's side. So let's move back now. He received his religious education from his maternal grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif. Okay. After completing his education at an early age, Faisal started taking interest in the affairs of the state and helped his father in governing the country. Okay, it means since very young age, he has started taking part and taking interest in the state affairs and he helped his father in governing the country. He was made governor of Hijaz when he was only 20. Beta, please write down this point in your rough copy. Wherever you are, copy down all the important points of the lecture. He was made the governor of Hijaz at the age of 20 only. Okay? When he was 20 years old, when he was 20 years old, when he was 20 years old, he was made governor of Hijaz. Okay. Later on, he served as Saudi foreign minister, visiting several countries of the world, where he held important discussions and gained a great deal of experience. He also had the opportunity of holding the command of the armed forces of his country. Okay, so this was a brief introduction of King Faisal. First of all, he was born in the year 1907. Secondly, he was made governor of Hijaz when he was 20 years old. Third thing, he got his religious education from his maternal grandfather, whose name was Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif, and his father's name was uh, King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud, and he was the second son of his father. Let's start the next paragraph now. After the death of King Abdul Aziz, his eldest son, Shahid Beta, you have just joined me. Kindly write present in the chat box. After the death of King Abdul Aziz, his eldest son Saud became the king. Faisal was made the crown prince and prime minister in 1958. Beta, please keep this date in your mind. Kindly copy it down somewhere wherever you are copying down the notes. He became the crown prince. King Faisal was made the crown prince and prime minister in the year 1958. Okay, Saudi Arabia was in serious difficulties at that time. Faisal used his wisdom and intelligence to overcome these difficulties. In 1960, In 1960, he resigned from the post of the Prime Minister. Please, this point is very important. First of all, he became the Crown Prince and Prime Minister in 1958. Then he became in 1960 he resigned from the post of the prime minister, but later on in 1962 he accepted this post again. I am repeating, in 1958 he was become the crown prince and prime minister, but in 1960 he resigned from that post, and again in 1962 he again accepted the post of prime minister. His elder brother King Saud fell seriously ill in 1964, and Faisal was chosen as the king by the Council of Ministers. These first two paragraphs are very, very important for you to learn, because a number of questions can be given to you from these two paragraphs. MCQs can be given to you, fill in the blanks can be given to you, and even they can be given to you in the form of short question answers as well. So please, you have to learn the introduction of the King Faisal very, very carefully and thoroughly. Okay? So let's move forward now. Once again, I will give you a brief introduction. First of all, he was born in 1907. He was the second son of King Abdul Aziz. He received his religious education from his maternal grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif. Okay, and when he was only 20 years old, he was made the governor of Hijaz. After that, the death of King Abdul Aziz, his eldest son Saud became the king. Faisal was made the crown prince and prime minister in the year 1958. In 1960, he resigned from that post, and in 1962, he again accepted the post of prime minister. Okay, his elder brother King Saud fell seriously ill in 1964, and due to the illness of his elder brother, King Faisal was chosen as the king by the Council of Ministers. I hope these two paragraphs are clear. Let's move towards the third paragraph now. King Faisal was devoted to Islam. He was a good Muslim and led a simple life. He did his best to see his people live according to the teachings of Islam. He possessed great qualities of leadership and proved to be an able ruler. He loved his people and ruled his country wisely and justly. Wisely means by using your wisdom, अक्लमंदी के साथ, and justly means fairly, इंसाफ के साथ. Under his rule, Saudi Arabia made great progress in many fields. He spent a lot of money on the development of his country. He spent a lot of money on the development of his country. The main source of income for Saudi Arabia is mineral oil. Please, for objective point of view, underline this point or write down this point somewhere wherever you are maintaining the notes. The main source of the income of Saudi Arabia is mineral oil. Okay, and he made every effort to increase its production. Okay, he made every effort to increase its production. New factories and new mills were set up in Saudi Arabia, and industry made great progress. Vast areas of the deserts were irrigated. Irrigated means to supply plentiful water. पानी देना उनको उनको डेजर्ट मीन्स जो सहरा थे जो बंजर थे उनको पानी देके सैराब किया गया. Irrigated and new lands were brought under cultivation. अच्छा, this paragraph is very much important in this sense. A question can be given to you: how did King Faisal develop his country? So, this paragraph is the answer of this question. King Faisal was very much devoted to Islam. He was a good Muslim and led a simple life. He wanted his people to live their lives according to the teachings of Islam. He made great progress in his country. The vast areas of the desert were irrigated and new lands were brought under cultivation. New factories and mills were set up in Saudi Arabia, and he made his people live according to the teachings of Islam. King Faisal possessed great qualities of leadership and proved to be an able ruler. Okay, this paragraph is very much important, and the question from this paragraph is given to you in this form: how did King Faisal rule Saudi Arabia? Okay, the students who have just joined me, like Shifa, Shahid, with a right present in the chat box. Okay, right present in the chat box. Okay, let's move forward now. Okay, let's move forward now. What is next? The king helped the needy and the poor and provided many difficulties to the pilgrims. Okay, who are pilgrims now? Pilgrims means one who travels to holy place. Okay, pilgrims means one who travels to holy place, and those who travel Saudi Arabia to perform Hajj and Umrah are known as pilgrims. In Urdu, we ask them Hujjaj. They are known as Hujjaj, Haji. Okay? So, who are the pilgrims? Pilgrims means one who travels to holy place. Okay? They are known as pilgrims. In simple words, they in Urdu we know them as Hujjaj or Haji. Okay, let's move forward. The king helped the needy and the poor and provided many facilities to the pilgrims. He had a strong wish to unite the Muslims of the world and did his best to bring the Muslims living in different countries closer together. So, what was the greatest wish of King Faisal? The greatest wish of King Faisal was that all the Muslims should be united and they should be. Okay, Harim, let me check it out. Okay, I'm sorry, Harim beta. Let me explain this paragraph. Thanks to you, you have reminded me this thing. Okay. Faisal considered education very important for the progress of his people. Okay. So, for King, education was very important for the progress of his people. He thought that education is the main element for the development of his country. Okay, so he considered education very important for the progress of his people. He opened many schools where education is free for all. He set up several universities where students are not only given free education but are also awarded stipends to meet other needed needs as well. What is the meaning of stipend? Stipends means a limited amount of money to be given to the people on monthly basis, kind of a scholarship. Okay, stipends means kind of a scholarship or a limited amount of money given to the people to fulfill their needs. Acha. A question can be given to you from here. What developments King Faisal did in the field of education? A question can be given to you in the form of this. What developments did King Faisal did in the field of education, and what will be the answer of this question? We are completing this paragraph. Faisal considered education very important for the progress of his people. He opened many schools where education is free for all. He set up several universities where students were not only given free education but are also awarded stipends to meet other needs as well. So these four lines are the answer of the questions. Question is, how did King Faisal develop his country in the field of education? And the answer is, he considered education as the most important element for the progress of his people. Number two, he opened many schools and provided free education to all. Number three, he set up several universities and not only provided free education but provided stipends to the students so that they could fulfill their needs or requirements. I hope this question is clear to you. Let's move forward. He also spread a network of hospitals and dispensaries all over the vast kingdom. Okay, another question can be given to you. How did King Faisal develop his country in medical field? How did King Faisal develop his country in medical field? So this is the answer of this question. He also spread a network of hospitals and dispensaries all over his vast kingdom. Now, a Bedouin. What is the meaning of Bedouin? The meaning of Bedouin is, where is Bedouin? The meaning of Bedouin is a nomadic Arab, जिसको उर्दू में हम कहेंगे कबायली अरब। जो कबीले वाले लोग होते हैं जो कभी भी एक जगह पे स्टे नहीं करते, they keep on moving from one place to another place. They are known as nomadic. Okay, so Bedouin means a nomadic Arab, कबीले के लोग जो एक जगह पे नहीं रहते, those who keep on moving from one place to another place according to the season. Okay, विंटर्स होंगी तो कहीं और मूव कर जाएंगे, समर्स होंगी तो कहीं और मूव कर जाएंगे. सो दे आर नोन एज नोमैडिक. नोमैडिक अरब मीन्स अरबी लोग जो कबीलों से बिलोंग करते हैं, those who keep on moving from one place to another place. So King Faisal spread a network of hospitals and dispensaries all over the vast kingdom. Now, a Bedouin living even 1,000 kilometers from the capital. Capital means the city. शहर से बहुत दूर रहने वाले will find a hospital or dispensary not far from where he lives. If you visit Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you will find hundreds of Pakistani doctors, nurses, and teachers serving their Arab brethren. What is the meaning of brethren? Brethren means brotherhood, plural of brother. भाइयों का की plural जमा, brotherhood, brothers. Okay, I hope it is clear to you now. Okay, let's move back towards the lecture. Beta, in this fourth paragraph, two questions are going to be covered. The first one is, how did King Faisal develop his country in the field of education? And number two, how did King Faisal develop his country in the field of medical. Okay, so the answer is, in the field of education, King Faisal considered education the very important element for the progress of his country. He opened many schools where education is free for all. He set up several universities where students were only not only getting the free education but they were getting scholarships or stipends as well. Okay, and how did he develop his country in the field of medical? He set up a network of and dispensaries. And now, a Bedouin living 1,000 kilometers from the capital will find a hospital or dispensary not far from where he lives. If we visit Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, hundreds of Pakistani doctors, nurses and teachers serving their Arab brethren. Brethren means brothers. Okay? Arbi bhai. Brother means plural of brothers. Okay? The singular is brother and the plural is brother. Okay? So let's move forward now. I hope this page is clear to you. The king helped the king helped the needy and the poor and provided many facilities to the pilgrims. I have told you the meaning of pilgrims. Pilgrims means one who travels to holy place. Okay, in Urdu, these pilgrims are known as Hujjaj, Haji. He had a strong wish to unite the Muslims of the world and did his best to bring the Muslims living in different countries closer together. So it was the biggest wish of King Faisal that all the Muslims of the world to be united and live together and closer. Okay? His services in making the Muslims conscious of the need for brotherhood can never be forgotten. It is now the duty of the Muslims to continue his struggle for the achievement of his country. He practiced what he preached and assisted the Muslim countries of the world. He was an equal partner with Pakistan in holding the Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore in 1974. Beta, please copy down this point wherever you are copying down the notes of today's lecture. Please copy down these points also. He was an equal partner with Pakistan in holding the Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore in 1974. Okay, this conference was held in Lahore in 1974, and King Faisal was equal partner with Pakistan in holding this conference. Acha, a question can be given to you. What were the efforts made by King Faisal to unite the Muslims of the world? What will be the answer of that question? He had a strong wish to unite the Muslims of the world and did his best to bring the Muslims living in different countries closer together. His services in making the Muslims conscious of the need for the brotherhood can never be forgotten. This is the answer of that question. Okay, what were the efforts made by King Faisal to unite the Muslims of the world? Acha, beta, few students have just joined me. Beta, kindly write present in the chat box. Later on after this lecture, I will mark your attendance. Those who have just joined me. Okay, so class, this line is very, very important to learn and to note down. He was an equal partner with Pakistan in holding the Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore in 1974. Okay, let's move forward now. King Faisal was King Faisal was a sincere friend and a well-wisher of the people of Pakistan. King Faisal was a well-wisher of the people of Pakistan. He was very much sincere to them. He was very much sincere to them. Just wait, He was well-wisher of the people of Pakistan. He gave generous help to his country on several occasions. Perhaps no one outside Pakistan could be more unhappy than King Faisal was on the separation of East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. Okay, a question can be given to you. What were the feelings of King Faisal about Pakistan? So the answer of that question is King Faisal was a sincere friend and well-wisher of the people of Pakistan. He gave generous help to his country on several occasions, and he was very, very, very unhappy and sad when the Pakistan separated, part of the Pakistan was separated as East Pakistan, okay, which is now Bangladesh. He was against the state of Israel because of its enmity. What is the meaning of enmity? Enmity means mutual hatred or ill will, means dushmani or nafrat. Okay, enmity means feelings of ill will or hatred. Okay, let me change the slide. So, first of all, he was against the state of Israel because of its enmity towards the Arabs. Ramisha beta, kindly write present in the chat box. Because of its enmity towards the Arabs, he strengthened the Arabs in their war against Israel. He felt deeply grieved when Israelites set the Al Aqsa Mosque on fire. He made every possible effort to get back the Arab territories under the illegal occupation of Israel. Territories mean Hadud, Ilake. Okay? Acha, a question can be given to you. What were the feelings of King Faisal about Pakistan? The answer is King Faisal was very much sincere and a great well-wisher of Pakistan. He provided a great help on the number of occasions, and he was very unhappy when East Pakistan was separated, which is now known as Bangladesh. Okay, what about Israel? King Faisal was against the state of Israel, and he strengthened the Arabs against the war against the Israel, and he was very sad and very grieved when Israelites would set the Al Aqsa Mosque on fire. He made every possible effort to get the Arab territories under the इलीगल ऑक्यूपेशन ऑफ इसराइल। बेटा जिन जिन इलाकों पर इसराइल ने नाजायज कब्जा किया हुआ था, किंग फैसल ने बहुत कोशिश की कि वो इन इलाकों को वापस ले सके। ओके, so in this paragraph two questions can be given. The first one, the feelings of King Faisal about Pakistan, and number two, about the steps taken by King Faisal against Israel. Okay, now the last paragraph, the great king died in an assault by a wicked nephew of his on 25th of March 1975. What is the meaning of assault? Assault means to attack violently. Okay, so he was died on 25th of March 1975 in an assault by a wicked nephew. उसके अपने nephew ने 25th of March 1975 में उस पर कातिलाना हमला किया था, जिसके रिजल्ट में किंग फैसल की डेथ हो गई। The Muslims all over the world mourned his death. Mourn means to be very sad or grieve, okay, distressed, ठीक है, मातम जिसको कहा जाता है। The people of Pakistan in particular felt deep grief at this sad news. There was not a single house in Pakistan which did not mourn his death, as if an elder of the family had passed away. He lived like a soldier and died a martyr. Martyr means shaheed. With his death, not only Saudi Arabia but also the whole Muslim world has lost a sincere and bold leader. He was the religious leader of the Muslims and the guardian of the two holy places of Makkah al Mukarramah and Medina. Guardian means a caretaker, okay? Rakhwala, hifazat karne wala, safeguard. The Muslims of the world who have great love and respect for him will remember him as a noble and pious Muslim leader, and his name shall live forever in their hearts. Okay, so question can be given to you, how did he die? The answer is, he was died in an assault by a wicked nephew of his. And when did he die? He was died on 25th of March 1975. Okay, so these all are the difficult words and their meanings. Maternal, I have told you already, related to a mother. Bedouin means a nomadic Arab. Brethren is a plural of brother. Pilgrims means one who travels to holy place. Enmity, mutual hatred or ill will. Assault means to attack violently. Mourn means to express grief or sorrow. Grief means distress. Okay, so what is next? Beta, these are the key points which are very important for you to learn. For example, year of birth 1907. He was son of King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud. He was made crown prince and prime minister in 1958. He again accepted the post of prime minister in 1962. He became king in 1964. He considered education very important for the progress of his people. He spread network of hospitals and dispensaries all over his vast kingdom, and he was a great well-wisher of Pakistan. These are the key points of the lesson which are very important for you to learn. They can be given to you either in the form of question answers, MCQs, or fill in the blanks. He was equal partner with Pakistan. Okay, let me check the chat box. Peter, pious also means very spiritual, very noble, very honorable. Okay, is it clear? Faiza, is it clear, beta? Okay. So he was equal partner with Pakistan in holding Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore in 1974. He strengthened the Arabs in their war against Israel, and he was died in an assault by his wicked nephew on 25th of March 1975. Acha. You have to learn brief introduction of King Faisal. You have to learn all the important developments made by King Faisal in Saudi Arabia in the field of education and in the field of medical. Okay? Okay, Fauzia beta. Acha. After that, you have to learn how were the feelings of King Faisal. क्या feelings your कैसी थी? What were the feelings of King Faisal about Pakistan? Then, death of King Faisal. When did he die and how did he die? What is next? Achha, these are the question answers. You all know the answers of these questions. When was King Faisal born? From whom did he receive religious education? When was Faisal made the king? How did King Faisal rule Saudi Arabia? How did he develop his country? What were the feelings of King Faisal about Pakistan? Why was King Faisal against the state of Israel? What did King Faisal do for the Arabs in their war against Israel? He strengthened the Arabs against his war. Okay? When did King Faisal die? How did the Muslims feel over his death? Acha, you have to read the lesson very carefully and thoroughly. You have to learn the meanings of difficult words, and please learn all the important points and dates. I hope today's lecture is very well clear to you. Beta, this lesson is very, very important in the like dates, names, everything is very important. What are the developments? What were the feelings? How did he die?